This is the WWE Ultimate Edition Series 30, Seth freaking Rollins, and I'm excited for this figure, man. I think we could be looking at some of the all-time cloth goods on this figure, but this figure has a lot of potential. You know, we've already seen Seth Rollins in Ultimate Edition form twice. We got his original figure. He did get a fan takeover in that Orange Flames gear that was pretty sweet, but now we have this black and red that looks just, I don't know, man, it looks incredible. You even have this faux jacket here with this fake snake skin going on, but it looks insane. We have a couple repeat head sculpts, which isn't the most exciting, but do get the sunglasses to tip it off here. This figure looks like it's going to move well. Hopefully that will be the case today, but you can see on the packaging, it is your standard white and red. Seth Rollins across the top, you get that main WWE Ultimate Edition logo. On the side, you're going to get a nice shot of the talent, of course, and then on the back, you get a nice promo image of the figure, and then you do have the actual moment itself of Seth Rollins where he wrestled at Bad Blood, I think it was, or I can't remember off the top of the dome. Maybe this was his Raw on Netflix debut, I think, but you have the little bio read there you can get into. On the side, you get Seth Rollins, and we are going to unbox this guy right now and find out what he's all about. But of course, if you want to pick this figure up, man, you can do so over at Ringside Collectibles, WrestlingFigures.com. Go over there, save yourself some money, but I'm getting the hell out. I'm going to unbox this figure. We're going to free him out of the packaging and find out what this figure is all about, man. But let's dive into it and see what Seth Rollins is all about. So here is Seth Rollins out of the packaging, and my God, Brad, we may be looking at the most incredible accessory I've ever seen on a WWE Mattel figure. Now, we thought that with the first Seth Rollins, right? That nice cloth robe entrance jacket deal with the faux fur on it was incredible. How will this one compare to that? We're going to get into the business today and find out, and that's how we're going to start this video, is by taking a look at the accessories first. Then we're going to dive into Seth Rollins himself, man. But it's exciting to get a new Seth Rollins. It feels like we haven't had one in a while, especially in tights gear. I say in tights gear, you know what I mean. It's in the traditional Seth Rollins tights with kick pads. Instead of his Mania 40 Night 2 gear or, you know, these other different crazy gears, I like this. Kind of a straightforward Rollins. So let's get into it. So I think the main selling point of this Ultimate Edition is going to be the premium cloth goods that you're getting here with this Seth Rollins figure. You know, only 2 interchangeable head sculpts that none of them are new. We've seen these head sculpts multiple times over. You get some interchangeable hands and you get no championship. There's no championship here. However, this jacket is immaculate. This is what we call a good jacket right here, man. And you can just see the way that it form fits. You have the Velcro on the front here to close it off. So you get this nice jacket. I do believe this is what, from his Netflix Raw debut or from the inaugural Raw on Netflix main event, if I'm not mistaken, but the pattern here is just absurd, man. It's like this faux snakeskin. It's got this nice reflection going on. You can see the pattern of the scales going through with the black and red. Looks very cool. I love how detailed and how layered it is. And I don't know how they mass-produced this or how this happened, but you can see here around the collar how it has this spiked pattern. That is just crazy how they were able to pull this off. I don't know. I'm guessing the Barbie team helped out or something, man, because this is just absurd, the level of detail that they put this together with. This is a skill that I wish I had. I wish I could make figure shirts. I wish that I could make jackets like this and this scale. I wish I could sew. I wish I was just that good with stuff like this. I can paint and I can draw and I can do all these other things, man. This is a skill I wish I had, but this jacket is very good and I think you're going to be very impressed. It's not lightweight. It has a little heft to it. Very quality, not flimsy. It's just very high quality. This is what you dream of. As far as an action figure collector, this is a nice, pristine jacket. And now we're looking at the head sculpts, and you can see there's a little scuff on the cheek, not the biggest deal, but the likeness on this head sculpt is amazing. It's great likeness to Seth Rollins. The only problem with this head sculpt is that we've seen it so many times before, and I think it looks just like Seth Rollins. It's actually crazy how much it looks like him, but we also have the Screaming head sculpt. Both of these have been used countless times, so, you know, we're just kind of sick of it, but they did add some extra paint detail. It almost looks like roots coming off the back with the blonde, but I like this little slight wash they put in it. You see that black wash over there, and then the lines go through where the hair, you know, fades from the black into the blonde. I think they did a really good job on that, man. I think that this looks very damn good, and I think that they go together well, and I don't know how you'd hate this, man. This is very, very nice for head sculpts. It's just, we've seen this story before. However, they're executed well. And they also get these sunglasses with almost this mouth-looking sort of logo or sculpt to them, and it's got the black with red, and you can put these onto the figure, and they hug pretty nicely on here as well. I've liked the way that they fit on here. So there's Seth Rollins. I think that looks pretty daggum good on there. They fit well. They're not going to fall off or anything. And then you do have the Screaming expression And there you go. Okay, the screaming head sculpt may be a little bit better. Okay, that's not bad right there. Yeah, I mean, that's clean, man. I'm not big on the sunglasses. However, they come with it. So, you know, you can put it together with it and everything like that, and it completes the look. And then for interchangeable hands, we do get a pair of mic holding hands. You get a pair of the Randy Orton, Seth Rollins entrance style hands, which I do like. Kind of that orchestra leading sort of hand gesture, which I do like. I like these for a lot of different reasons. And then this is crazy, but you do get the, you know, Kawhi Leonard Ricochet handshaking entrance style hands, but you'll notice the right one is in the Johnny Gargano Finn Balor skin tone, and then the left one is in the Seth Rollins skin tone. You may not be able to tell on camera, but this was in this packaging, I'm pretty sure. Unless I checked around, I didn't see anything else, so I think they sent me a wrong skin tone hand in the packaging. I'll have to go back and play it back. I'm not entirely sure, but I think so. I think this is what happened, man. They sent me two different skin tone hands like this. Not the biggest deal of all time because I have a trillion of them, but that just speaks to the kind of craziness these factories have been giving us in 2025, 2026. Alright, man, now we're getting into Seth Rollins, and we're starting out the head sculpt. We already know about this head sculpt. It's great. It's terrific. It's just been done before, but I do like it. It sits well in the neck. I gotta take that little cheek mark off, but this is the same Seth Rollins torso we've seen. It's the Cody Rhodes torso, Seth Rollins torso. Looks pretty good here. I love that they included chest and stomach hair. That's all you can really ask for. They give him the same shoulders and arms we've seen before. They don't poke out too far. I think it looks pretty standard for the most part. You got this kind of Harley Quinn gear is what I've been calling it, how you have the red on the left, black on the right, and then on the back he does include his tattoo, so that's good. A little nick right there. Is that a smiley face? What the hell? Kind of looks like a smiley face. That's kind of funny. But then you go down to the crotch piece. I love that they're including these sculpted crotch pieces here because this just adds a level of detail, man, because if they painted this on, it would be fine, but if they leave it blank, it just looks awful. So I'm glad that they did include it sculpted on. You have that kind of cross-hatch tie. Got the belt in there. You can see the different patterns going on. I mean, this is just all paint apps. It's not sculpted on, which would have been nice, but you can see it. You can see the vision here, pun intended. But you have the red, you have the black that looks good, and then on down here you have the black and red kick pad, and then the red kick pad that has that kind of same sort of scaly looking print. I don't know what the inspiration was behind this gear. Maybe somebody can let me know. I'm not entirely sure, but Seth Rollins has been doing some really good gears over the years, and I think that this one is no different. I like this. So let's get into the articulation of this Seth Rollins. He can't really look up and down because of his hair and, you know, the lack of a bald hinge or whatever there, but you get a little bit of pivoting, not too much there. Ab crunch on this torso is not egregious, but really all WWE figures are not going to give you the greatest ab articulation. It's just the way of the world. It can go back that far, which isn't terrific, but it's not the worst I've ever seen. You can go above 90 here, full rotation. You do get the butterfly joint, which is fantastic. It can reach around pretty decent right there, not too bad on that. You get bicep cut, pinless double jointed arms. You get the hinge and the swivel in the wrist, of course. Got a tight waist, which is nice. Now, he is on ball joints, so he can kick forward really good. I mean, he can literally grab his toe, so that's really good. And it does have drop down hips, which I know a lot of people don't like. I don't mind it because it gets some pretty good range of motion. It's just if they get loose, it's a big deal that is very upsetting, but it can go out to the side there. You get upper thigh cut. It is pinned, so it's going to be very smooth. It's not, you know, double jointed, pinless, very tight garbage, so that's great. And then you do get the kick pad rotation. You get the feet that go up and down. You get the beautiful ankle pivot here, and then you do get the toe hinge. So you're getting a lot of good things here with this Seth Rollins, man. I mean, I am really enjoying myself posing him around. Seth Rollins has always had a really good track record of posability, so it doesn't really shock me, but let's get into some Seth Rollins figure comparisons. So for the Seth Rollins figure comparisons for this Ultimate Edition, we do have the first Ultimate Edition Seth Rollins over here with a closed-eyes custom head sculpt, which we'll take a look at in a minute. I'll do a head swap. Then you have the fan takeover version in the orange here, which was kind of a, you know, sort of a different take on his gear. Then you have another of the first Seth Rollins Ultimate, but it was customized to have the Bret Hart jacket on it to kind of give him a leather jacket look. And then at the end, we have kind of a Bret Hart inspired style gear. I got that Ultimate from Mania Figs on Instagram. Pretty cool custom figure there. But yeah, I mean, this is a very good figure, and it utilizes the same formula here. The only difference is the feet, mostly. I mean, that's literally it. And then you change the cloth goods. But one thing I do want to do is I want to take this custom eyes closed head sculpt, which would have been a really cool thing they could have done with this current figure. But let's take this off here, and let's put this onto this figure and just see what it looks like. I think this could make for a pretty cool little fix up here, and we're going to do some photography, but look at that. So look at the Seth Rollins there, and he's got the eyes closed. That's sweet, man. I don't know how we haven't done that before. You could do Rock with his eyes closed. You could do Seth Rollins. But yeah, that's a comparison for your Ultimate Editions. Actually, I want to do one more thing here. Which cloth goods do you think is better, the new jacket or the old jacket? They're both very damn good, and actually, I need to dress these up and compare them side by side with their entrance gear on. So here they are up next to each other, man. Which one do you think? You think the first Seth Rollins or the second Seth Rollins? I don't know, man. Very hard. Very, very hard. I loved this Seth, but I also loved this Seth as well. I don't know, man. It was just, you know, make a decision really quick, I probably would go with the old one just because I like that black gear. Not my favorite gear of all time. I don't know. Do I want to stick with the red? I don't know. Maybe I do like the new one. I don't know, but maybe recency bias. I don't know. And then for more Seth Rollins figure comparisons, here is Seth Rollins Ultimate Edition up next to Roman Reigns and CM Punk, just to give you a different look here with some elites. That is the top pick CM Punk and the top picks Roman Reigns. And then for one last little comparison here, we have the new Ultimate Seth up next to the Vision, or, you know, the inaugural Vision. You have Braun Breaker, you have Bronson Reed, and we have the Wise Man, Paul Heyman, just to kind of give you an idea of what these guys look like up next to each other. But if you also wanted to see what this new Ultimate looks like with the championship, there you go. And we'll also do some photography and stuff. But the Mattel Championship does look good here, and we got this with the Elite 109 Seth, if I'm not mistaken, so it does have the SR side plates, if that's just something you want to adventure with or do whatever with your display. But I think that all but wraps up this Seth Rollins Ultimate Edition Series 30 review, and man, I mean, really, I don't have a lot of negatives to say about this figure, man. We're going to get into it. Let's start off with the pros. I think that the figure is built well, you know, it's pretty much a repaint of his first Ultimate Edition for the most part, and that one posed incredibly well too, but it does have the new ankle rocker, so that is nice. I like this gear. I like the head sculpts. The entrance jacket is incredible. I can't believe that this is actually real, how good that daggum jacket is. It may be. I mean, you could make your pick, man, but if you said this is the best jacket Mattel's ever made, I couldn't really argue. You have a really good argument. The detail, the layering, the faux snake skin, the way it feels very high quality. It feels like the money. It's not going to stain because it has the white on the inside. Watch now, somebody's going to have staining and I'm going to have to lose my ever-loving mind, but I dig it, man. I think the only thing that you could really say about this figure is the head sculpts, and the only reason I say that is because they're reused. It's a lot of reuse. They did, however, repaint the hair, so you have some new details going on with the hair, but this is a very well-built Seth Rollins figure. I mean, this is a great Seth Rollins, comes with that entrance coat. You have so much to like here, man. I don't really know how you're going to find a con with this figure. I am very impressed with it. It seems Ultimate Edition worthy. It feels immaculate in the hand. Because it's not pinless, there's a lot of good here, man. But if you guys want this figure, you can pick it up over at ringsidecollectibles.com using code MDTOYS to save yourselves 10%. And for a random comment shout out today, it's going to go to Wayne Rafter 5534. He says, step aside, Rhonda and Asuka. Rhea has taken over. It's true that she is always on top, which I think is hilarious. If you guys missed our review of the Ultimate Edition Rhea Ripley yesterday, definitely go check that video out. I'd greatly appreciate it. But yeah, that Rhea Ripley, man, it is very good. I don't know if it's the GOAT. I'm not sure if it's the GOAT Ultimate Edition for the women's, but that Rhea Ripley Ultimate Edition yesterday was insane, man. So if you guys missed that review, definitely go check it out. I greatly appreciate it. But I really enjoy this Seth Rollins, man. I think it's damn good. I think you will also enjoy it, man. So go over to Ringside Collectibles, pick this thing up if you guys are interested, but I am pretty impressed with it. It was a lot of fun to shoot and pose. Feels quality in hand. I was worried about the thigh gap coming in, and it didn't exist. It did not exist. I dig this figure a lot. But that's going to wrap it up for me, man. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, but I'm getting the hell out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a blessed one, and I'll see you guys later.